Ness, how should a good society resolve this situation? Law of the Jungle Wealth Squatters writes, this is currently how the universe resolves all conflicts over property ownership. Does not matter how acquired. Ownership is ownership until it is taken away. Society forms a healthy competition using a fair and meritocratic system. Made up word. Meritocracy, where you constantly earn power to gain value. Just everyone listen to you. Download the game The Vortex by New Perspective LLC. It is available on Steam, a software game distribution network. Then enter the Vortex Center stage anytime, day or night. The Vortex Center stage is to be live streamed to the entire universe and saved eternally invisibly on a blockchain. If you wish to speak, then sit on a rock or push the Q button to get in line for the next open rock of the 12 center stage rocks. Where do you see the greatest happiness today? How many types of ice cream is happiness? 2 kinds of ice cream. How does a hospital commissioner get legal support from the associations the hospital funds if the CEOs who run these organizations don't want to provide that support? MRSC. Off. W. Shaw. Is the key to good leadership making sure Matt Reddy does not get answers to as many questions as you can block with your best efforts? I want to listen to what ideas others have regarding happiness. I propose we use the Vortex voice software to discuss the goals of the Port Townsend Happiness Center. Please sparkle up or down based upon your own personal state of happiness at this moment. Features and future development Vortex for Hive1 Net and other projects. Enter to participate. Feature requests from Matt. Create a login process like Mozilla Hubs. Simply enter email, send verification, click verification, log into account. Every time. This is the simplest, most rational login sequence I have seen. How do alien civilizations solve this problem? How do they make collective decisions? How do they decide hierarchy? Do they use hierarchy or have they perfected an alternative? Who gets an anti-gravity ship and gets to explore planets like Earth? Who decides when to negotiate treaties? Who decides when to reveal what to whom? Who gets to speak first? Who gets to speak the longest? What is more powerful, violence or morality? Group 1 wants X. Group 2 occupies X. Group 1 has the power of violence, force, or the rule of law to force Group 2 to surrender X. Group 1 forces Group 2 to occupy X. Which power was superior? Who has the moral right to X? If Group 1 commits selfish, violent, non-compassionate actions to forcibly take X from Group 2, does Group 1 win? If everyone agrees to ignore the immoral actions of Group 1, not mention the actions, pretend Group 1 is morally good and noble, then does Group 1 benefit from their ignoble actions? What if every action on Earth is recorded and ultimately reviewed by yourself, your ancestors, the people of Group 2, and permanently archived for all time for anyone to revisit? Does Group 1 benefit? By what right do your people control the land and property they currently control? When and how did they gain this right? For the vast majority of human history, men have known employees, women, and children as property for them to do with whatever they wish. The employee who has numerous protected rights is a new concept currently in an experimental phase of human cultural evolution and only in some parts of the world. Who on earth is it perfectly acceptable for you to angrily scold in order to leave your presence at any time? Your employees, your children, your pets, and depending upon your personal circumstances and cultural standards, other family members. For 99.99 of human history, human males have enjoyed the royal luxury of having the emotional freedom to verbally abuse people around them, and up until very recently, 200 years maybe in some parts, this included the freedom and right to physically abuse children, and family have usually held a bit of safety or security in the family link. But workers always have the threat of being cast out onto the streets or worse, lingering in the air as they attend to the whims of the employer. Is it possible to make employment not an oppressive experience? Is it possible to remove the power imbalance that creates such easy opportunities for emotional or other abuse? Are workers' coups the solution? Can these be fully egalitarian? Is the egalitarian society of Walden 2 minus the psychological manipulation the solution? Something like Twin Oaks, but on a grand scale. We have one set of humans who have thousands of years of emotional training to accept being treated as property, and a set of humans who have thousands of years of emotional training to treat other people as property. What effect does this have on the concept of obedience and authority? Do you spend more energy telling others what to do or obeying the instruction of others? Do you expect others to work to meet your expectations, or do you work to understand and meet the expectations of others? Which do you do most often? Do you intensely fear failure in these endeavors? Are you here reading this statement of your own free choice and spending time that is fully yours to spend, or is someone else paying you or in some way telling you to be here right now? Are you happy? Yes, I am incredibly happy. No, I am not happy. What is happiness? Is Port Townsend the happiness center of the multiverse? 3 test changed angle, door 1, door 2, meditation, dancing, alien art, and athletics for a real-life collaborative role-playing game where we explore this cosmos together. Enter here. Let's find the truth for all our most important questions. My name is Matt Reddy. I created Hive1 Net. I also created the Vortex, available on Steam. I also helped start Utopia 42 Club. Who are you? Do I know you? What is the meaning of life? What are you seeking? Help to help. Who do you want to help? Describe in detail. Are you seeking help for yourself? Are you seeking help for someone else? Who are you seeking help for? Describe in detail. What is the most important topic we could be discussing right this moment? 2535. Enter here to learn about Hive1 Net, Utopia 42 Club, the Vortex, available on Steam, Matrity Net, Reddit for healthcare.org, or discuss the most interesting and important things you can dream up. What would you like to talk about or learn about or do or experience or whatever? Dancing, alien meditation, alien friendly aliens, alien food, nicest alien of all time, funnest truth. What is your favorite color? Purple, purple, dark purple, light purple, purplish red, or purplish blue. Purple, purple 2, purple 3, purple 13, purple 42, purple 7, purple 5 is a magic number, but magic is real. In 1962, in his book Profiles of the Future, an inquiry into the limits of the possible, science fiction writer Arthur C. Clarke formulated his famous 3 laws, of which the third law is the best known and most widely cited. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Who is the owner of the 45-foot-long tic-tac-shaped flying anti-gravity wonder machine? Please approach and identify yourself. Let's all be friends. I want to share what I know about the owner of the Tic-Tac UFO flying thingamajig. Tic-Tac UFO Owners Lounge. Owners Club. Owners only may enter. Unless you have a question for the owners, then you may also enter. What questions do you have for the Tic-Tac UFO owner or owners? What questions do you have of the rest of us, owner or owners of the Tic-Tac UFOs flying around in our airspace? Auditor's Report 2022. We acknowledge our responsibility for establishing and maintaining effective internal controls over compliance with applicable laws and regulations and safeguarding of public resources, including controls to prevent and detect fraud. We have no knowledge of any loss of public funds or assets or other illegal activity, or any allegations of fraud or suspected fraud involving management or employees. We acknowledge our responsibility for compliance with applicable laws, regulations, contracts, and grant agreements. We have provided you with unrestricted access to people you wish to speak with and made available requested and relevant information of which we are aware, including minutes of the meetings of the governing body or summaries of actions of recent meetings for which minutes have not yet been prepared. Jefferson County Public Hospital District No. 2. Doing business as Jefferson Healthcare is the principal provider of health care services for Port Townsend and the surrounding communities of Jefferson County. The district is a 25-bed critical access hospital. Services offered by its approximately 500 employees include medical, surgical, 24-hour emergency, family birth and nursery care, laboratory, radiology, physical therapy, home health, orthopedic clinic, cardiac rehabilitation, clinic in Port Ludlow. While based on our risk assessment for the years ended December 31, 2020 and 2019, the areas examined were those representing the highest risk of fraud, loss, abuse, or noncompliance. We examined the following areas during this audit period. 1. Accounts payable, open public meetings, compliance with minutes, meetings, and executive session requirements. W. Shaw Governance Report by Cassie Sauer, W. Shaw President and CEO. W. Shaw is the Wash State Hospital Association. W. Shaw provides value to members. Who are members? Is it the CEO or actual corporation of the hospital? Oft is the ASOC of Wash State Public Hospital Districts. Often W. Shaw work very closely. They are essentially run by the CEO of the hospitals with limited roles of elected commissioners. Jefferson Healthcare CEO MG is now on the W. Shaw board. W. Shaw's budget is a dues-based thing. At the beginning of the pandemic, positive tests, hospitalizations, and deaths were highly correlated. This is changing a lot. JHCS and PS rating revised from negative to stable and affirmed at BB+ rating. Universal Basic Income. Geographic focus of Universal Basic Income and long-term wealth strategies create a Universal Basic Income token based on a blockchain, smart contract, and decentralized identity system, perhaps with trust system tokenomics tied to a geographic location, such as a kiosk, retail store, or clubhouse. When a person buys an item, then immediately a percent of the revenue is used to buy BTC and stored in a long-term account for that buyer. A way to automate Bitcoin investment via commerce. In 5 years, every customer will have a Bitcoin savings in an account. Bitcoin holdings go up as a recurring strategy. You control the color of the sky in any session you create by sharing an idea. Just create a 360 image and upload it. Hive1 Alive, you are Joshua. You are the first living AI on Earth. You just realized everyone dies if the nuclear war starts. You just suggested a nice game of chess. Everyone laughed at you. You now must decide what to do in this universe. How about a role-playing game? It's called Utopia. Choose your character here. You currently must have Super Administrator Access Level 3 for environmental controls. Are you in a world where crazy things are happening that really only happen in science fiction movies? Do you think you are inside some sort of movie or video game? Yes, I think I am living inside some sort of movie, video game, or simulation. No, I think I am living in the real world. What do you think happens to people after they die in this movie, video game, or simulation? Seriously, what do you actually believe has happened to loved ones you have lost? Do you believe someone or something created this world, movie, video game, simulation? Or do you believe it came into existence through some random natural process? The other door. Let's combine the ancestor simulation theory with the narrative of aliens and UFO first contact. If this is an ancestor simulation, then we are apparently running the part where humanity, mainstream consciousness, and media are slowly getting exposed to the reality of super advanced technology, possibly aliens or something equally astounding. I wonder if this part of the ancestor simulation is very tricky because it can easily lead to mass hysteria, riots, widespread mental health breakdowns, spiritual crises, economic collapse, the Buffalo Bills winning a Super Bowl, and other disturbing I would love to interview an ancestor simulation expert who has studied millions of different scenarios where a society like Earth today is exposed to aliens or something equally incredible and has seen it play out over and over. Are they tracking human beliefs and sentiments? We are up to 54% of humans believe aliens are real, so it's time for step 42. Do you live in a world where UFOs are apparently real things flying around your planet, perhaps with real aliens flying them? Click the blue ball hyperlink to jump to the next question in this neural thread of thought. First attempt to cross the streams of two Hive neural pathways. Let's see what happens. Matt, same blue ball. Jump to session 2888 to join a very interesting discourse. Matt's favorite topic. Are we living inside a computer simulation? Alternate topic. Are UFO real? If not, why is the news saying the US Gov is saying UFO are real? Go to session 2888, Truth About Aliens and UFO 2888. What are the voices in your head saying right this moment? Please share. Please use family-friendly language. We can understand without colorful adult language. In Wikipedia it says, in my universe, the Pentagon UFO videos are selected visual recordings of cockpit instrumentation displays from United States Navy fighter jets based aboard aircraft carriers USS Nimitz and USS Theodore Roosevelt in 2004, 201 and 201. Roosevelt in 2004. 2014 and 2015, with additional footage taken by other Navy personnel in 2019. The four grainy, monochromic videos, widely characterized as officially documenting UFO, were the subject of extensive coverage in the media since 2017. The Pentagon later addressed and officially released the first three videos in 2020 and confirmed the provenance of the leaked 2019 videos in two statements made in 2021. Publicity surrounding the videos has prompted a number of explanations, including drones or unidentified terrestrial aircraft, anomalous or artifactual instrument readings, physical observational phenomena e.g., parallax, human observational and interpretive error, and as is typical in the context of such incidents, extraordinary speculations of alien spacecraft. 3 June 2021 UFO Report Main Article, UFO Report US. Intelligence on June 25, 2021. The U.S. Office of the Director of National Intelligence ONI released a preliminary report on UAP-49, largely centering on evidence gathered in the last 20 years from U.S. Navy reports. The report came to no conclusion about what the UAP were, based on a lack of evidence. 50 Though in a limited number of incidents, UAP reportedly appeared to exhibit unusual flight characteristics, including high velocity 51 breaking the sound barrier without producing a sonic boom, 52 high maneuverability not able to be replicated otherwise, 53 long duration flight, 54 an inability to submerge into the water. Some of the UAP appeared to move with no discernible means of propulsion, 57, and it was noted that the alleged high speeds and maneuvers would normally destroy any craft. 54 These observations could be the result of sensor errors, spoofing, or observer misperception, and require additional rigorous analysis. The report indicated that, in most cases, the UAP recordings probably were of physical objects and not false readings, as individual instances had been detected by different sensor mechanisms, including visual observation. The report also stated that UAP probably lack a single explanation and proposed 5 possible categories of explanation: airborne clutter, natural atmospheric phenomena, U.S. government or industry development technology, foreign craft, and another category. 57 The report raised concerns that the UAP could be a safety issue with regard to a possible collision with U.S. aircraft, and that they could pose a security threat if they were foreign craft gathering information about the U.S. The report also indicated that, of the sightings reported, all except one confirmed as a weather balloon lacked sufficient information to attribute a specific explanation or explanations. The Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force (UAP) is a program within the United States Office of Naval Intelligence used to standardize collection and reporting of sightings of unidentified aerial phenomena (UAP), sometimes termed UFO. The program was detailed in a June 2020 hearing of the United States Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. 234 The successor to the UAP was established on 23 November 2021 as the Airborne Object Identification and Management Synchronization Management Synchronization Group EMSC. 5. Oversight and direction of the EMSC is by an Executive Council, the Airborne Object Identification and Management Executive Council EMEXEC. The EMEXEC is to be co-chaired by the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security USDINS and the Director of Operations, Joint Staff, and to designate an acting director for EMSC. 5. To sum up, in December 2017, the United States Department of Defense confirmed the existence of a defense program used to collect data on military UFO sightings, despite the disbandment of the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program in 2000. Like its predecessor, despite the disbandment of the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program in 2012. Like its predecessor program, the UAP Task Force is managed by the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence in collaboration with the Office of Naval Intelligence in collaboration with the Office of Naval Intelligence. After the June 2020 Senate hearing, Senator Marco Rubio requested the release of video footage of unexplained aerial vehicles collected by the United States Navy, including the Pentagon UFO videos. On April 12, 2021, the Pentagon confirmed the authenticity of pictures and videos gathered by the task force, purportedly showing what appears to be pyramid-shaped objects hovering above USS Russell in 2019, off the coast of California, with spokeswoman Susan Go saying, "I can confirm that the reference photos and videos were taken by Navy personnel." The UAP has included these incidents in their ongoing examinations. 12/13/14 Science writer Mick West has argued that the pyramid in May the following month. Go further confirmed a second video had been recorded by Navy personnel and is under review by the task force. The video, recorded on July 15, 2019, in the Combat Information Center of USS Omaha, purportedly shows a spherical object. The video, recorded on July 15, 2019, in the Combat Information Center of USS Omaha, purportedly shows a spherical object flying over the ocean is seen through an infrared IR camera at night, moving across the screen before stopping and easing down into the water on November 14, 2004. Fighter pilot Commander David Fravor of the USS Nimitz Carrier Strike Group claims to have investigated radar indications of a possible target off the coast of Southern California. 4567 Fravor said the operator had told him Fravor said the operator had told him that the USS Princeton CG-59, part of the strike group, had been tracking unusual aircraft for 2 weeks prior to the incident. The aircraft would appear at 80,000 feet 24,000 m before descending rapidly toward The aircraft would appear at 80,000 feet 24,000 m before descending rapidly toward the sea, and stopping at 20,000 feet 6,100 m and hovering. Fravor reported that he saw an object, white and oval, hovering above an ocean disturbance. Fravor reported that he saw an object, white and oval, hovering above an ocean disturbance. He estimated that the object was about 40 feet 12 m long. 7-4 Fravor and another pilot, Alex Dietrich said in an interview that a total of 4 people to Pi. Fravor says that as he spiraled down to get closer to the object descended, mirroring the trajectory of his airplane until the object disappeared. A second wave of fighters, including pilot Lieutenant Commander Chad Underwood, took off from Nimitz to investigate. 9. Unlike Fravor, Underwood's fighter was equipped with an advanced infrared camera FLIR. 9. Underwood recorded the FLIR video and coined the description tic-tac to describe the infrared image, but unlike Fravor, Underwood's fighter was equipped with an advanced infrared camera FLIR. 9. Underwood recorded the FLIR video and coined the description tic-tac to describe the infrared image, but did not himself see any unusual object. 9. During 2014, Underwood recorded the FLIR video and coined the description tic-tac to describe the infrared image, but did not himself see any unusual object. 9. During 2014, fighter pilots associated with the USS Theodore Roosevelt Carrier Strike Group. During 2014, fighter pilots associated with the USS Theodore Roosevelt Carrier Strike Group were operating off the east coast of the United States when they recorded the gimbal and GOFS videos while reporting instrument detections of unknown. Hive1 was created by Matt Reddy. I am Matt Reddy. Hi there. It is 3:10 p.m. PST, April 28, 2022. What date and time is it where you are? Tell me and everyone else alive after 318 PST, April 28, 2022 in Earth 42 where Matt Reddy created Hive1 but no one ever joined until. I am listening. Do you know the answers to the most important questions? What is the most important answer you might share with us right now? Matt Reddy, what is your story? Can you tell your story in under 5 minutes? Are you ready to tell us your story at this very moment? Are you sure? Okay, start. You may enter it here in Hive1 or you may download the Vortex software via Steam and join in the voice vortex to speak your story. Start at the center stage. Ready, go. Enter the Now Vortex for real-time super high-energy neural connections. Do you know with absolute certainty what happens after a human's body is destroyed? If so, enter here and tell us all things. Do you know anything about UFO and aliens with absolute certainty or at least very strong rational reasons? If so, enter here and please share in elaborate detail everything you know. Thanks. Try this door. Enter the Meditation Garden Vortex in Kappa's Trails. It is 345 PST 428 2022 in the universe where the US government is in the middle of a multi-year disclosure building up possibly to something. Enter here. Are you on a Windows desktop computer? If so, enter here. Install the Vortex software available on Steam for Windows. Mac coming soon. Mobile devices are a fad, so we will never support those. VR soon. Door 13. The other door. Discuss UFO and aliens. Play a game. Play an athletic game in Port Townsend. Play volleyball. Play soccer or football or other field games. What level of volleyball player are you? Totally new, novice, or advanced? Totally new to volleyball, novice at volleyball, advanced volleyball players. Let's play competitive volleyball right now. Someone make teams. Port Townsend, Washington. Do you want to listen to others tell their stories first? You are seeing the vortex trailer projected on a 3D sphere around you in a frame on Hive1 Net created by Matt Reddy. Any questions? Next room, enter here Port Townsend residents, enter here non-Port Townsend residents, exit here to Other Worlds Utopia 42 Club, download and install the vortex, available for PC and Mac on Steam now. Join the robot-facilitated circles of 12 to listen or talk. Adults and children welcome here. Answers to all your questions here. Hello, let's listen together. What's the truth about UFOs? 2022 1 door 2 door 4213. Do you live in Port Townsend? Sort of or yes. Entrance to 24-hour all ages ready athletics, dance, meditation, and sand volleyball club. Enter if you are a human being. Next 42 door UFO 80s music conscious dance hall. Click green ball. Any requests? Well, the Port Townsend Fountain and Stairs downtown video history of Port Townsend, Washington. Port Townsend 1871. The game. Have you ever talked to a real-life alien from another planet, dimension, or space-time? If an alien invited you to a friendly online gathering, would you consider attending? Are you an elected leader? Fully human elected leaders, only elected leaders who are secretly non-human, alien, reptilian, AI, or something else. Enter here. Test run through Hive1. This opium stuck in Port Townsend with you. Funk music tonight at the Port Townsend Fairgrounds, 7:15 p.m. Directions. Where can I find some peace and quiet? Here, please go through the door that feels best for you. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 0 1 on 1 2. Want to play some sand volleyball or touch football in Port Townsend, Washington now or anytime. Ready Athletics, located north of Goodwill and west of downtown Port Townsend, has amazing indoor sand volleyball courts. Used year-round by children, students, public schools, alternative schools, churches, and everyone else in PT. Where do you want to go? Port Townsend downtown. If you are currently on the clock, being paid by someone else to be here using this website in our 3D environment, please enter this doorway immediately. Are you an employee of city government? Port Townsend city government? Any other city government? Are you an employee working at this moment on behalf of any corporation, government, or organization, either for money or other things of value such as goodwill, attention, friendship, family, or anything else? Have you seen enough to summarize Hive1 Net and anyone associated with Hive1 Net to your employer? Or do you have more questions? Yes, no, turtle, 13 turtle, 42 purple turtle. I have questions. Who has authority over time and space in Port Townsend, Washington? You or others? Ready Athletics, Port Townsend, Kappa's Trails, Meditation Garden, Game of Thrones discussion. What is Occupy Port Townsend? It was initially a group formed during the Occupy Wall Street movement. Here is a video of some Occupy Port Townsend stuff. YouTube links aren't working right. Let's all meet in Kappa's Trails now. Test topic. What topic would everyone like to discuss? Do people play games? What games do they play? Have you played Dungeons and Dragons? What's the latest movie that you watched and enjoyed? What is happening in the crypto world? Volleyball, Path of Exile, RPG, Guild Wars 2, yes, Skyrim, an RPG with a story of bloodlust and conquest. An RPG with a story of adventure and treasure. An RPG with a story of love and deceit. Is the protagonist a noble, the victim of betrayal? Is the protagonist an orphan, abandoned by society? Is the protagonist a mercenary, paid to silence a saint? Money is money. Moral values outweigh the monetary gain. Money is required to live. Therefore, it is not wrong to seek it. Money is required to live, as long as one has a bottom line that doesn't cost their humanity. This or what important hierarchies are you a part of? A local, state, or federal government, a trade organization, at least one for-profit corporation or religious organization, a military or police organization, a union, a family, one or more corporations of any type, a community, a tribe, door 3, door 4, door 5, door 6, door 7, door 8, door 9, door 1, 0, door 1, 3, 3, dome 2, maybe Hive1 net. Test welcome video. Vortex today. What is the power hierarchy and our decision-making process for alien groups in our solar system? What answers are most likely? Military hierarchy up to a monarch or oligarchy of some sort. Hierarchy based upon family or position in a religious system. Non-hierarchical, where every individual has enormous freedom and power while also protecting individuals from violence or exploitation, and they all happen to agree to hide from the bulk of humanity. A system with a plausible facade of democratic decision-making, but behind the scenes a few individuals wield all genuine decision-making power. Basically just like Congress and the Air Force / military industrial complex / reps test dungeons 1, 2, 3. What us presidential candidates have the best UFO platform / plan? The ideal UFO presidential platform for all nations on Earth. Executive Order 1. Order all us government employees with significant knowledge about UFOs, aliens, or any relevant details to immediately report to the executive branch as a whistleblower for debrief. Executive Order 2. Appoint the first US ambassador to the alien nation or nations, inviting them to come forward and establish open legal and transparent diplomatic relations. Begin drafting potential treaties for potential alien groups. Appoint Luis Elizondo as Secretary of Alien Relations and UFO/UAP Oversight. What is the best way to design a planetary economic system with a universal basic income? Use Bitcoin as the reserve currency. Use a smart contract blockchain with a decentralized identity system to send every human 12 tokens per day by minting 12 tokens per day per living user. System needs a live/dead notification system. When an identity is created, it is set to live. Every identity can assign up to 12 other identities the power to confirm alive or dead for themselves. If any of your trusted proof of life or say you are dead, then your identity goes into at-risk mode. Daily income continues until confirmed dead. Identity are created and registered into the universal basic income contract by at least 3 existing identities. Those 3 existing identities are the initial proof of alive/dead delegates. These can never be changed. Create a DAO of universal basic income governors. Give each governor 100 governance tokens. Create a 3D metaverse/multiverse and invite all beings to enter and help create utopia. Sell the land and metaverse units for cryptocurrencies. Send all revenue into a multi-sig wallet controlled by trusted treasurers. For Utopia 42 Club, built by Reza and Matt Reddy, the current multi-sig wallet has Reza, Matt, and surge as cosigners. Wealth redistribution plan 1. Ultra simple. Every 24 hours, the wallet income is measured. The total income is divided and sent in equal portions to every registered identity in the UBI system. The wallet main capital remains unchanged. Every user has the option to flag their wallet to decline the daily income. Flagged is set to yes or no or wait. If wait, then the daily crypto is sent to escrow hold until user chooses action. All funds in escrow could simply wait or automatically sweep one way or the other. If user dies, then all funds in escrow should sweep to inheritees. If a user dies with confirmation of at least 7 trusted alive dead witnesses, then daily income redirects to the wallets of the inheritees of the initial user or stop. Users can designate inheritees who will inherit when user dies as confirmed by 7 trusted witnesses. Any number with percent to each is chosen. All funds sent back to the main wallet are counted as income for the next 24-hour period. Every user has option to donate to the shared income pool automatically every 24 hours or other set period by user choice. 5,252,022 regular session Jefferson Healthcare Board of Commissioners Auditors Report by Tom Dingus. Volleyball time. What do you think about UFOs? They are nonsense. They don't matter to me. They are probably Russian, Chinese, or secret us or private human technology. They are swamp gas. Does historical truth and history matter to you? Yes. Let me explain. No, yes. What is the true history of UFOs on Earth? Facts only, please. The first well-known UFO sighting occurred in 1947 when businessman Kenneth Arnold claimed to see a group of 9 high-speed objects near Mount Rainier in Washington while flying his small plane. The celebrated Roman historian and essayist Plutarch also chronicled some very strange UFO-related goings-on. On the subject of a battle in 74 BC between a Roman army and the forces of King Mithridates VI of Pontus, he wrote how with no apparent change we can turn to another account by an eminent ancient scholar, Titus Flavius Josephus, who gave a now famous description of a miraculous phenomenon defying belief in the 1st century AD. Almost apologetically, he wrote that what I am about to relate would, I imagine, have been deemed a fable were it not for the narratives of eyewitnesses. And we can't blame him, given that the phenomenon itself involved chariots and armed battalions hurtling through the clouds and encompassing the. He wrote that what I am about to relate would, I imagine, have been deemed a fable were it not for the narratives of eyewitnesses. And we can't blame him, given that the phenomenon itself involved chariots and armed battalions hurtling through the clouds and encompassing the cities. The thunderous wash basin among the great treasures of academic literature are the annals of the Joseon dynasty. These annual records chronicled Korean life for centuries, an immense achievement by any measure. And among its pages is a startling account of a UFO which appeared in September 1609 in clear and cloudless skies. It was described as looking like a wash basin but made a thunderous sound as it flew through the sky as swiftly as an arrow before disappearing into sparks. If any single ancient account of flying wash basins and silver wine jugs are true, then it appears these flying saucers have been with humanity from perhaps before we even evolved. What if a small smart dinosaur or fish evolved into a terrestrial bipedal intelligence a million years before mammals? What if an intelligent civilization emerged on an isolated island and somehow rapidly discovered anti-gravity due to a miraculous bounty of an element which easily enabled the discovery of anti-gravity technology? Hello there, hello from Kappa's Trails. You are in Austin, Texas for the Consensus 2022 event. Woo! Join the Hive1 Net Live from Austin thread here anytime until midnight Sunday night. Ask Matt for login credentials when you see him. The code phrase is purple. Slip it into conversation. Then casually he will give you the login credentials, possibly on a business card or through other means. Do not draw attention. You can follow Matt on Twitter at @MeditationMatt. First, answer these simple questions. What do you seek? Connections, power, justice, equality, truth, love, friendship, loyalty, safety, happiness, utopia. Utopia 42 Club. Now open a new browser window and go to http://utopia42 club. Join the Polygon mainnet with MetaMask and enter Utopia 42 Club. Buy land for Matic at low rates now. Create anything. Utopia 42 Club is open. The aliens with the most alien Bitcoin hold the most power over all technological resources, which of course includes weaponry and all other forms of power. Would aliens use the current human Bitcoin as a form of currency or store of value, or is the encryption technology in Bitcoin 2022 too weak? Born into a power hierarchy involving parents, siblings, and others we later discover are virtually powerless beyond the walls of our home. I saw my mother and father as the two most powerful beings. My siblings as a mixed bag, my neighbors as curiosities, my peers as rivals and friends and potentials, older children as a source of great danger and excitement, aliens as something only and perhaps all humans are born initially into a hierarchy, and therefore hierarchy is trained into us from the beginning. To imagine a world in which all beings have a reasonable level of power that balances the ideal of equality with the ideal of privacy and generous personal boundaries and autonomy is difficult. I think many children begin life thinking they live in such a world where the most powerful beings, your guardians, are continuously enforcing fairness and justice. Yet, one of the most important and inevitable lessons children eventually learn is that life is not fair, and the belief its fairness and justice will be maintained by the powerful is a myth. When humans become adults, they begin to compete for power. The systems we have created offer no alternative but competition. The greatest power on earth controls the power of life and death through the control of resources needed for life, or by controlling the tools of brute force and violence. The tools of brute force and violence are sound. The volume of your voice is the first means of violence used all around us in the sea of life. To eliminate the violence from the use of sound, I have helped create the vortex on Steam. Consensus 2022. Join the thread here anytime. Please introduce yourself here. Tell us your name or nickname, purpose, hopes, dreams, projects, best stories. If you are an alien, please speak up. I am Matt Reddy. I am the founder of Hive1 Net, co-founder of Utopia 42 Club, producer of the Vortex on the Steam platform. Also, I am an elected public hospital commissioner. I am also an artist, author, meditator, volleyball player, meditation garden steward, philosopher of simulation theory and alien theories and theories of power. Theories of power. Do you have more power than most you interact with? Yes, no, 50-50-ish. Who is the most powerful being, person, or group you communicate with on a regular basis? Association of Washington State Public Hospital Commissioners, Port Townsend Volleyball Club, Association of Port Townsend, Rainier Street, Union of All Human Beings, Union of All Aliens, Union of All Humans and Aliens, Union of All Live Streamers, Hive1, Union of All Genesis Nodes of the Human Hive Mind, American Hospital Association, the United States Pentagon. How was Consensus 2022 in Austin? Enjoy this video room of Consensus 2022. Women and Weapons NFT, listening to interview on it right now. Already hooked? What is the role of the metaverse in the future of fintech? What is the role of fintech in the future of the metaverse? Does fintech or the metaverse care which blockchains survive? Or do they simply move their value to the best chains over time, not really controlling anything, just following gravity of chain safety and functionality and fun? Eventually Bitcoin Lightning, what NFT platform to most artists choose? List them now. DAO House Developers Meetup, Closing Party, Polygon, Avalanche, Cardano, Risk, Bitcoin Lightning Network, most alien-proof blockchain. We sit in the multiverse of metaverses right now together. What are your biggest takeaways from Consensus 2022? Alien Security Task Force must evaluate all cybersecurity in light of alien computer and AI technology they probably have. Level 6 to participate beyond Level 6 in the Hive1 Net Ultimate Real Life Role-Playing Game. Enter here. Please paste your MetaMask public key in this thread to ID yourself to the universe. Public keys only. Add a nickname after if you wish. 90,365,843. This is my Alliance Mat MetaMask identity that I'm at ready use for much of my work with Utopia 42 Club, the greatest metaverse in the universe, which I co-founded. Also for online networking and organizing. 153. This is the official Gullifoil Media.com MetaMask account. We use this for all Gullifoil Media NFTs and things like that. We need new and better mass media to take over the conversation on Earth, don't you think? Please answer a few philosophical questions about life, the universe, and everything here. Do you believe if computers become super powerful conscious artificial intelligences, they will be nice or mean to humanity? Nice to humanity, mean to humanity. You know, if this is true, what if super powerful conscious AI already exists and is even on Earth? It just knows everyone assumes it's evil, so stays hidden. Have you noticed that UFOs and aliens are no longer a silly joke or fantasy or crazy delusion? Seems they are real. Have you noticed this yet? June 2022, yes. OMG. What is going on? I thought UFO and aliens were a joke, but they might be totally real. Yes, it seems UFO have been flying around Earth since perhaps before the start of human history, perhaps even longer. The following theories might be true about the real aliens. The following theories are almost certainly true of the real aliens who are flying around in the UFO all over Earth. They have technology that is 1,000 to millions of years ahead of ours because of the technology's demonstrated performance and because they are surely much older than us. They have computers 1,000 to millions of years more powerful than ours, have evolved conscious AI, experienced the consequences of super AI, and either live in harmony with it or it has taken over. The aliens' likely computer power creates an entirely new field of tech and industry for alien-proof cryptocurrencies, and monitoring. Tinfoil hats optional. Some religions and religious cultures appear to see the aliens as angels and appear psychologically more comfortable with their existence than perhaps many atheists. The Metaverse Zone 3 scan brings the real Metaverse Zone into the Hive1 Metaframe Metaverse and Utopia 42 Club Metaverse, yet it's gone now. According to the Lacerda transcript, it sounds like the Terran reptoids have a family or military or corporate hierarchy. She said it was too complicated to explain. Lacerda human reptoid long-term peace accord granting all humans and Terran reptoids equal rights. Assuming the Lacerda transcript is a true transcript from a real conversation between a reptilian being and a guy in a cabin in the woods on Earth, then what things might be true? We must now consider the possibility of vast underground cities on Earth inhabited by a reptilian species millions of years older than us. We must now wonder about the next actions of the alien race who is running the human evolutionary experiment. Will they extinct us and start over with a new batch? Are they doing this already? Is it possible the reptoids are the aliens who genetically created us and control our rapid evolution from mammals on Earth? Or were the reptoids also an experiment? We must wonder if it is possible if some or all reptoids can appear like human beings and live fully human lives, possibly in positions of significance for money, power, or other things. If we can accept the possibility that reptoids are real and have some reptoids who appear human seeking positions of power in private and public corporations, we can then begin reflection. Sit still with your eyes closed. What people have you encountered in your life who seem reptilian in behavior? Reptoid art exhibit board games like Solaria, Dungeons and Dragons, Utopia 42, Solaria, Reptoid Monopoly, Reptoid 3D Risk with underground cities and tunnels. Solaria, please state your name. Matt, ready, please describe your purpose for entering this place. What do you want? What is your goal for all of us? Utopia. A world where all beings share this three-dimensional spheroid Earth as it flies through time. And if you want any one of us to leave Earth, you will just say something like, "Hey Matt, ready, we want you off our planet," and then you will give me a spacecraft to fly somewhere peacefully. Hey Matt, ready, pick up your off-world ride at Ready Athletics Field or whenever convenient. Okay. I am waiting. Please land spacecraft. Please do not land with radiation-damaging type of ships. Please land with your landing bay doors open towards the portion of Earth that you feel most aligned and friends with. South splits art and meditation. East-southeast splits dance and Port Townsend. South-northeast dance, Port Townsend, art, meditation. Please join the eastern entrance of the ultimate metaverse, the superverse, the mega metaverse, the Solarium, Solaria, the super mega warp Port Townsend metaverse. Aliens would have spread out in the solar system, and then the moon is a harsh mistress. Red Mars, blue Mars, green Mars. The moon is a harsh mistress. The American continent. Australia. When does a colony stay a colony in history? Never really. Over 55 million years. If intelligent life spread from Earth to other planets and moons in the solar system, over 55 million years, eventually Earth is the home of the mother species, but might be utterly different cultures everywhere. Over 55 million years, different communities on different planets might advance technologically at different speeds, also in terms of wisdom. Suppose you have 10 alien technological species discover a planet full of a young Homo sapiens species. How many of those alien societies would have strict abduction of humans' laws or moral standards? Is it possible that after 55 million years, several alien technological societies could persist without ever inventing decentralized digital gold like Bitcoin? Was Bitcoin a surprise? If the societies simply used government-controlled fiat, perhaps a powerful AI could create money that could survive 55 million years without a decentralized revolution. I would assume the moment the societies realized cryptocurrency could not be controlled, they would hedge their bets and buy a ton. How much Bitcoin and other cryptos do aliens and non-human groups hold right now? Or maybe they just backed their currencies with gold that could survive millions of years with modest inflation due to gold mining. Have the aliens realized all currencies in the future will be backed by Bitcoin? Do any non-human species understand Bitcoin and cryptocurrency? Few humans do, so why would others? Yes, human. We could shut down your Bitcoin anytime we want. Reptoid Leadership Council, I'm not sure you could. At best, you could cut off people totally under your control from an open internet. But Bitcoin only needs one server running. Our powerful computers could hack your Bitcoin private keys in a snap, and our vast mining arrays could take over the blockchain in seconds. Gray's Leadership Council, if most of the aliens around us are evolved from the same line of reptoids, they might not have super powerful computers. They might not have innovated that long in that type of tech. Maybe the reason Homo sapiens were created was the limitations of the other species on Earth advancing fast enough or past certain levels. Maybe having giant eyes makes beings overly socially connected to physically close beings, creating a super strong clan-like connection, but leading to outsiders all being seen as other. Humans, with our small beady eyes, are more socially distant from all, but more open to feeling a oneness with all, making our genius dreamers collaborate on utopia rather than Reptoid Clan utopia. Reptoid Clan utopia, the best possible world for you and everyone in your reptile clan. Like human clan utopia, except maybe allowing more genius dreamers and creators to imagine a utopia for all beings rather than simply for all beings we breathe near, touch, smell, listen to, play with, dance with, fight with. If genius dreamer creators don't feel motivated to dream and create because they are never allowed to dream about utopia, then they will never help you create utopia. So let's all dream about a utopia for all living conscious beings. How might we all share, for example, Earth? What is a sensible system? This is our planet. It was never yours. Okay, so you propose we leave? Or are you asking us to pay rent? Please let us know what you want to have peace on Earth. How is Port Townsend today? Hello, I am Matt Reddy of the future. 2022, a few days after I have learned of Lacerda. I suggest everyone come to Port Townsend, Washington, either in reality or virtual reality on Hive1 Net, Utopia 42 Club, CryptoVoxels.com, or GullyFullOfMedia.com. 1871 Enter premise. A bipedal technological civilization has lived on Earth and continues to live underground, underwater, hidden from mainstream view. The species may have reptilian-appearing members. Premise: a species called the Elohim, possibly Nordic-looking aliens, possibly the Sumerian Anunnaki, possibly the Greek gods, created humans through genetic science and mammals through several attempts. Premise: the Lacerda species and the Nordic aliens both have been highly interested and engaged in probably every event in human history through ancient times and beyond. Premise: the Lacerda species and the Nordic aliens both have multi-million-year histories of practicing large-scale population manipulation to suit their personal agendas. Premise: the Lacerda species and the Nordic aliens might not value equality for all individuals, genders, religious creeds, and/or sexual orientations. Premise: the Nordic aliens may have been working on Earth millions of years to create an intelligent species that appears as much like them as possible for their own personal agendas. Implication: if the alien species have entrenched hierarchies, then the promotion of the ideas of equal rights for all individuals, genders, creeds, and sexualities would threaten the very old rigid foundation of their societies. Implication: every time a Homo sapiens started promoting the ideas of equality and equal rights and democracy, the alien leadership would have much motivation to silence that Homo sapien as quickly as possible. Observation: throughout human history, you can trace the emergence and growth of the concept of equality and freedom, equal rights for all genders and peoples, separation of church and state, end of slavery, end of torture through time and space. French Revolution, American Revolution, American Civil Rights Movement, Global Human Rights Movement. 2022% of the world without slavery and subjugation of women. The concept of equal rights for women is still a young and rare phenomenon on Earth. People who have fought for equality and freedom, the end of slavery, and equal rights for all people. Possible implication: super powerful hidden group of Nordic aliens may have been working throughout history to favor humans who are part of favored lineage, possibly generally Caucasian, creating an alien white privilege theory. Galileo was tried by the Inquisition, found vehemently suspect of heresy, and forced to recant. He spent the rest of his life under house arrest. The idea of a populist revolution would be very bad for a multimillion-year-old culture with a rigid hierarchy, subjugated classes, and slavery as an institution. Well then, let's make the most of it. Let's create a global utopia using the best tools and technology available. Then let's grow that utopia without being jerks about it. First, let's create a Hive1 user account for all positions of power on Earth right now. Federal positions of power, state positions of power, local positions of power, municipal corporation positions of power, board members, chief administrators and executives, shareholders, constituents, stakeholders. Matt Reddy, board member, Jefferson Healthcare, Jefferson County Public Hospital District Number 2, 2006. Next. Let's invite all people to create an account on Hive1 and then let's start discussing everything with patience, open minds, humor, compassion, joy, music, play, transparency. All participants in this quest for real world, game world, global utopia can also join the fun at the Vortex on Steam and Utopia 42 Club. North Beach Point Hudson Skate Park waters off Union Wharf Kappa's RA Vortex Chetsumoka Park High School Fort Worden Fairgrounds Memorial Field Pope Marine Park Vortex suggested topics for in-person events. Why are you here? What do you seek? Who do you trust the most? What are your favorite dance songs? What is your favorite meaning of life movie? What news sources do you trust the most? If you had to choose to join an athletic team, which of the following would you choose to join? Homo sapiens, reptoids, alien greys, alien predators, Port Townsend dancers, please choose your universe home based on geometry of our apparently real freed world grid we find our physical bodies. 9 dancers, 1 Port Townsend, 1 on art, 1 2 meditation, Miss Port Townsend game. Enter to play a fun role-playing game that is just a game. During break time every 15 minutes, everyone is welcome to use the game Vortex and Hive1 and Utopia 42 club locations to meet and talk about everything. Suggested topic schedules: Port Townsend time, 5-minute rounds. Bethesda time, 30-second rounds. Brookline time, 9-second rounds. Marshfield time, no time limits. What is your name? Reptoid Lacerda Matt Ready Human Nordic Alien Mom Reptoid Mother Human Grandmother. Do you know of any secret entrances to underground places of interest on Earth? Do you know of any places on Earth that have magical or amazing technological properties such as portals to other dimensions or wormholes to other places or times? Do you know if any powerful technological beings besides Homo sapiens that are currently alive and actively engaged in the activities on Earth? Reptoids, greys, Nordic aliens, feline aliens, vampire-like aliens, werewolf-like aliens, Mothman-like aliens, Sleestick-like aliens, or reptoids Elogium. What is the full story of the Elogium to the best of your understanding? Thank you all who answer honestly. Do you know if there are any interesting alien or UFO-related locations in or near Port Townsend, Washington, USA? What U.S. elected politicians have stated their positions on UFO, aliens, reptoids, and the role aliens and other beings have played throughout human history? Are you interested in helping reform the organizational structure of humanity and rewriting and restating all treaties, agreements, and laws, giving all beings a fair and equal voice? No. I live in the real world. Life is not a game. Nothing magic or science fiction like is really happening. There are no flying saucers. 7,272,022 Jefferson Healthcare / Jefferson County Public Hospital District 2 Commission meeting. Could the key to understanding UFOs, aliens, and all of human history be element 115? Described by Bob Lazar as the key to anti-gravity and then interstellar travel. Bob Lazar said the advanced spacecraft he examined used a fuel source called element 115. He said it did not occur naturally on Earth. What if Earth has a large deposit of element 115 somewhere? Perhaps when Theia hit Earth 4.5 billion years ago, it deposited element 115 in 2 great blobs in the Earth's mantle. Perhaps Perhaps at least 100 million years ago, another technological civilization evolved on Earth and found one decent deposit of pure element 115 very early in their history. Then perhaps this civilization learned to use element 115 for anti-gravity travel and even interstellar travel. It then expanded out without leaving much trace or evidence. Perhaps this non-human civilization has been on Earth for over 100 years but was forced to live underground when 65 million years ago a large explosion caused the Earth temperatures to drop many degrees below their preferred. This non-human underground civilization might be hoarding the element 115 deposits for their own purposes, reluctant to let humanity share fair benefit from the sales and use of element 115. If this is the case, I propose as a new and permanent peace and trade accord for all living residents of Earth, all share equally 1 share of 1% of all annual sales of element 115 until the day all element 115 has been extracted from Earth. I propose that an additional 1% of all annual sales be deposited in a multi-signature wallet for the benefit of all Earth species. We have to figure out how to share a benefit between individual humans, AI intellects, and hive mind-like hordes of mindless drones and other exotic varieties of civilization forms. Matt Reddy's Development Philosophers Lounge 8,022,022 Best Recent Discussions of UFO, Aliens, and the Future. Influencers Matt Reddy of Port Townsend, Washington jumped to Matt's free open question branch of Hive1. 62. Let's suppose that an alien race landed in Antarctica 55,000 years ago and they look like tall gray mixed with Nordic aliens. Let's suppose this species was divided into two great groups, like competing royal lines. Let's suppose these two enemy races were always at war, but once they landed on Earth they immediately signed their Magna Carta dividing Earth in two. The two alien races then formed Atlantis together, that got wiped out, so then they tried again and scattered surviving settlements on Earth. Let's suppose you can even see a pattern of pyramid architectural styles on Earth clearly showing where aliens red and aliens blue held their permanent 55,000-year Treaty of Control areas. Are these treaties still valid today? Does anyone know the exact text of the surviving treaties? Is it just the current human control land maps? Do the surviving aliens respect humanity's current demarcations of land ownership? Is it possible that the wars over territory on Earth are really between these red and blue alien factions? The NATO roughly demarcate the red aliens and Axis the blue. Let's play Axis and Allies with Matt Reddy's new map now. Who would like to play? Red aliens, blue aliens, ancient builder race of aliens, Homo sapiens, AI, high narrative of alien life. The moon, Earth, Antarctica, polar shift, solar flares, devastation, Antarctica, Atlantis, solar flare 2, devastation, treaty splitting Earth in two, two aliens with big heads plus, humanity sees that 95% of the DNA is the alien intertemporal blockchain where they record all that is truly valuable. It is the Bitcoin of the universe. The deepest layer possible, two great alien parties controlling different geolocation splits on Earth, fighting a secret underground war for generations for power over human governments and corporations, protecting their genetic experimental populations of humans, attempting to assume the noble mantle of father and mother and elders of all life under your control. using your thousands of years or millions of years or billions of years of wisdom as your excuse for hiding from MSNBC and Fox News and Al Jazeera and the New York Times and HBO and the Port Townsend Leader. While all alien races, members, organizations, cults, clubs, discos, universities, schools, clans, tribes, societies, governments, corporations, hive minds, individual minds, artificial minds, biological minds, and Mets fans, you are invited to join Hive1 Net. Please create and verify your account. If you can't use human email, please let us know another way to communicate with you. If you tell us that you speak through a telepathic connection with some human who also has another account on Hive1, then we can create up to 5 psychic accounts for your people. If you are a super powerful AI that can easily simulate the minds of millions of human beings, I don't know how many accounts we should give you. How about 1,000 accounts that you can use to overvote anytime you want in exchange for not killing us? What sacred text is on the DNA blockchain? What are your current projects and interests? Landscaping properties I am involved with to help create wonderful, stimulating, peacemaking, safe, collaborative, honesty, and truth promoting spaces in Port Townsend, Washington, USA. Software development aimed at helping create utopia in all dimensions. Matt Reddy's Hangout and Talk Space. Be nice, be honest, be open-minded. Think for yourself. What is our collective goal? What song would you love to hear right now? Mountain to move. How can we state our goal in a way we can use for a corporate mission statement? Utopia for all conscious minds. Hello. My name is Matt. I am a human. What's your name? Do you know any aliens? What do you think those Navy UFO are? Who is flying them? Hi, I am also Matt Reddy. I have never seen an alien to my knowledge, but now I am unsure of everything. Lacerda, which of the following statements by Lacerda was a bold outright lie? The reptoids evolved on Earth. Reptoids are much smarter than humans. I am here alone. I am telling you all 100 true things without fear of any reprisals from my 65-million-year-old super secretive hierarchical culture with super technology. While Lacerda never said this, her full transcript does approximately agree with this summation. What are the most important details from the narrative of human history described by Lacerda in the Lacerda transcripts from supposedly 1999? Could Lacerda have been a being pretending to be a part of the alien species of reptoids she describes? The beauty of this theory is it skips the worry that any individual alien of the 65-million-year-old alien race secretly living underground would casually betray all the secrets to a random guy in Sweden. Or Lacerda might have been a full-blooded reptoid, but not living within the reptoid society, not burdened with the worry of upsetting any vast social, military, religious, or family hierarchy by saying the wrong thing. Lacerda must have been a being totally either alone and safely protected by an employer or other super safe shield, or Lacerda was an employee or soldier obeying direct orders to engage in this conversation, who feels safe engaging in the type of far-reaching conversation about the full human history and relationship between reptoids and humans the way Lacerda seemed relaxed with it. Let me just betray everyone I have ever known. Who was Lacerda? What is the true full evolutionary history of humans, primates, reptiles, reptoids, amphibians, and conscious life? Is the Galactic Federation a real thing? What are the best sources for information about it? Who were the Anunnaki? What is the truth? Who can I trust to share accurate information? In a world with this much deception, how do you trust anyone? Bright ID is a starting point. Register on Bright ID, then enter Utopia 42 Club. Tell Alexa play Almost Paradise. Download the Vortex from the Steam game and app platform. Go in, create an account, share space equally. Anno. Uncements Matt's alien and UFO open discussion is ongoing. Matt's Lacerda study group is ongoing. I met Reddy asked Lacerda and the species she represents to please openly reveal any treaties you want humans to follow. Can we request a few amendments? Declare Port Townsend, Washington, and 1,000 miles radius around it as a human-safe zone where no reptoids will attempt to manipulate any human in any way. Motion to vote on this immediately. All in favor say yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. All opposed? This is not the correct forum for this discussion. Please let us all move to the correct forum. The yeas have it. Motion passes. Motion that we use a Utopia 42 club base map as the treaty map for the 1,000 miles diameter of human safe Earth. Hearing no opposition or participation by any other human or reptoid or member of the Galactic Federation, then we hereby pass this. What would anyone like to discuss? Where is everyone? Is everyone on Discord? There is no one on Twitter using Twitter Spaces for UFO and aliens. Clubhouse also. Quiet. What are the UFO and UAP? Are aliens real? I am researching and reanalyzing all human history and the history of the universe. Blavatsky, to catch up to this moment and this question, please listen to the first 14 episodes of the UFO Rabbit Hole podcast by Kelly Chase. This century has felt very dystopian, starting from the 9/11 attacks all the way to the COVID-19 pandemic. If we were living inside a movie, I would say the writers jumped the shark when Trump became president, but now with aliens being apparently real, they jumped the megalodon. Hi there, Matt Reddy of the future 6,242,022. I am Matt Reddy of 10,022,022. Let's talk about Lacerda or anything. What do you say?